The Academy of Interstellar Diplomacy was known for shaping the galaxy's next generation of leaders. Its cadets came in all shapes, sizes, and species, some with scales, some with fur, some with bioluminescent patterns that shifted with mood. Today, the classroom hummed with the low vibrations of anticipation. At the front, a young Zorvian cub, barely 2 standard cycles old, bared its fangs at its instructor, a massive, 6-limbed Sirachian known for its unshakable authority. The cub's roar echoed through the chamber, vibrating the walls and sending a few floating hollow projections spinning. "Disrespectful," the instructor hissed, tentacles coiling. "You will address me properly, cub, or face detention." The room tensed. Zorvian cubs were notorious for their stubbornness, but this one seemed particularly aggressive. Many cadets expected a lengthy reprimand or, at the very least, a show of dominance from the instructor. But then, a human named Dr. Elena Shaw, standing to the side as a guest instructor, stepped forward. She was small by most alien standards, barely reaching the cub's chest, but her presence carried a weight that made the room instinctively quiet. Her amber eyes locked onto the young Zorvian. "Apologize," she said, her voice calm, firm, and utterly unwavering. The effect was instantaneous. The room went silent, not the tense quiet of fear, but the respectful stillness of disbelief. The cub froze mid-roar, ears flattening, eyes wide. Even the instructor's multiple limbs stopped their coiling. The cadets whispered among themselves. A human, commanding a Zorvian cub with just 2 words? The cub blinked rapidly, a low growl rumbling in its throat. It sniffed, then slowly lowered its head, curling its tail. "I apologize," it said, voice trembling. Dr. Shaw nodded once. "Thank you. Now, we can continue." Murmurs rippled across the room. Humans weren't the largest, the strongest, or the most physically intimidating species in the galaxy. Yet here was a human, standing in a room full of creatures capable of crushing planets with raw strength, and commanding obedience without raising a hand. The instructor, a towering Sirachian with chitinous plates glinting in the classroom lights, inclined its head slightly. "Remarkable," it said. "I have never seen a cub respond so swiftly to authority outside its own species." Dr. Shaw smiled gently. "Leadership isn't about size or strength. It's about presence, clarity, and expectation. The cub respected me not because of fear, but because I made it clear what was right, and why." The lesson sank into the cadets. In the coming exercises, they would study negotiation, conflict resolution, and diplomacy, but the memory of that simple, powerful interaction would remain. They realized that humans possessed something subtle yet formidable, the ability to command respect through sheer force of character. One cadet, a young bioluminescent near from the outer moons, whispered to a companion, "I've heard humans are clever, but I never imagined this." Another, a tall, winged Thrwn, flexed its talons and murmured, "It's like, they carry gravity in their words." As the cub rejoined its group, still shy and embarrassed but no longer defiant, the classroom atmosphere shifted. Aliens who had doubted humans' authority or leadership potential now regarded them with quiet awe. Humans might be small, fragile in appearance, and physically weaker than most species present, but they possessed an unshakable confidence that could bend wills without coercion. By the end of the session, the cadets were practicing their diplomatic exercises with renewed focus. Even the cub, once the most unruly of the group, showed patience and attentiveness. Dr. Shaw moved among them, offering guidance, corrections, and encouragement. Her presence reminded everyone that strength could come in many forms, and sometimes, it came in the quiet authority of a species underestimated by the galaxy. When the session concluded, the instructor turned to the cadets. "Remember what you saw today. Authority is not always demonstrated through force. Sometimes, it is the clarity of purpose, the calm of resolve, and the willingness to stand firm in what is right that shapes the strongest leaders." The cadets left the classroom quietly, each carrying a newfound respect for humans. And somewhere in the galaxy, the reputation of humans as beings of remarkable composure, influence, and subtle power quietly grew. Even a cub knew it now: never underestimate a human.